Hello and welcome back. I am Allmrak. This is a semi-final match from the Coubertin Cup finals between Pajada and Fayebian. And this match may be my favorite match from the whole tournament. It's just a really great match between two really high-level players. It stays close to the whole match. It goes back and forth. This is really fun. So I hope you enjoyed as much as we did. Thank you for watching. Here's the match.
Okay, I think we have a go. We have a go. We don't have. There's Pajada, so but Fayebian has first turn, and he has a choice between Boudica, Richland, Alexander, Ashoka, and Patriotism. Would really like to see if we can see a screen. There it is. Hannes, make a screenshot. Make that command. Do your stuff. And we see Pierre again. Pierre, 2 games in a row. And
you know who we haven't seen in either game, though?
Zizka.
That's right.
Vlada is saying,
That's
okay,
right.
he's heard all of you guys. Zizka is OP, so he's not gonna show up in tournament games anymore. Apparently. Who knows?
Apparently.
What else do we have? Manning Project. Also, thanks, Pajada, for looking at the screen so long.
Yeah, exactly.
Catherine, Louvre, Suez Canal, but no Cook. But Columbus, so you could do the Columbus Suez Canal kind of stuff, and Fayebian took the rich land first, and I think Pajada will take the engineering genius here. Exactly. Thinks twice about it, but the alternatives, patriotism and a leader, that doesn't sound good. So yeah, engineering genius it is. And now Fayebian can take a wonder. All 4 wonders coming out. Pyramids or Colosseum is probably going to be his choice. What would you take?
That's tough. I mean, it's between Pyramids and Colosseum. I would have to think about what else is going on in the game.
Yeah, he might get Hammurabi next turn, and then Colosseum seems great.
Yeah. I lean toward Colosseum. I really like it. I like all that it does. And just the way that I play, it removes a lot of other things that I have to take care of for as long. And I enjoy that in my wonder.
Yeah.
I think you're a Pyramids guy though, right? You'd be taking Pyramids?
Yeah, probably. I thought I liked Colosseum a lot more, but nowadays Pyramids, they are so... Yeah, civil actions are so great to have. And sometimes you can have games where the military action from the Colosseum really doesn't matter that much. If you get early Zizka, early Joan of Arc or something, yeah. Oh, and Pajada skipping his mine, wants to go for the pyramids first. Can finish that next turn. And yeah, that's gonna be his choice. I think I like that. I mean, a lot of people would probably prefer the Roman roads here. They're also really, really good. But I like this turn that he does here. Able to finish the pyramids next turn. Thinks again about that. We'll take the pyramids. Yeah, tough choice. But I don't really see him doing an alternative. Really take the cultural heritage.
Yeah, that's an interesting play, right?
Yeah, how highly would you rate the cultural heritage, generally speaking?
I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's an extra science, and that can be really important here. I mean, especially if you have a civil action to spare. I mean, he's going to with pyramids, so potentially there's that. Maybe he's thinking he can push his lab off another turn now because he has a science from cultural heritage. I don't think I would have done that, but that's why I'm not competing in the semifinals.
Yeah. And Fayebian has Hammurabi and Colosseum. I like that combo very, very much. So great that he was able to take that. About the cultural heritage, I just feel like for 2 civil actions, getting that 1 culture is a little bit too expensive for my taste. And there's development of trade routes. I mean, Pajada can now finish the pyramids. And then I would love to see taking him taking the breakthrough as well. Like increase population, take the breakthrough. The problem is Joan of Arc and Saladin are very solid leaders, and both of them won't be available or might not be available to him next turn. So maybe he wants to commit to Saladin. Really just eat the corruption.
With Saladin, also you're getting another civil action on top of your civil action.
Yeah.
Pyramids.
And especially with Hippocrates. You want a new leader next turn. I think nowadays most people agree that you don't need the third yellow cube, that you only take 2 if you can, if you have a good replacement. So skipping on Joan of Arc and Saladin feels weird. So I like what he's doing now, maybe taking Joan of Arc, then he can still finish the pyramids.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that play. In other good news, we do have all 4 players on board for streaming all 3 matches. So we're going to get to see this one plus 2 more.
Nice.
And
6-hour stream.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're moving up.
Awesome. I'm gonna need a lot of water for that, but Pajada decides on what he wants to do, and Fayebian opens the development of settlement, and he can also go for Saladin. Now, there's really no reason not to take Saladin, is there? And play him? I think. I mean, why would you not play Saladin?
So you can revolt later, maybe?
Okay, revolts, that's true. Lee's60, thanks for following. I really appreciate that. Hope you enjoy this tournament and future streams as well. So Pajada will play the wealthy territory and opens development of religions, so he has a lot of population.
It's nice for Joan.
Yeah, really, really nice. He could do the theocracy as well.
Take it away from Fayebian too, potentially.
Yeah. Or can spend a lot of his resources. I mean, I don't like staying on 2 bronze for too long. Also interesting that he doesn't like the Universitas. I think I would have taken the Universitas here.
Interesting, the drama.
Yeah, the dramas. And do we have
yeah, Bach
Marlene? We have Marlene and Bach. So yeah, dramas. I like taking those. I mean, it doesn't really work with Joan of Arc too much, but I guess you could say you build a lot of religions, and then with Bach you can transform that into dramas, and then it does work.
Yeah.
Development of planning, and the options are civil life, politics, and markets. I expect to see the development of civil life here for that irrigation for Fayebian.
Yeah.
Yeah, goes for that, but it looks like he wants a mine instead.
Interesting.
And Trizer, thanks for the follow as well. You're up for the next game, right? So thanks for waiting for us a little bit, and good luck in your next game. Hope you enjoy the stream.
Yes, thank you, and good luck. Looking forward to it. I was looking forward to it so much that I had to ask to wait so that I can watch it.
Yeah. And Fayebian going... I mean, there's also something why you would not play Saladin immediately, right? If you want that Taj Mahal for free.
Oh, yes.
Not,
yeah, I think you nailed it.
Yeah, I mean, not sure in general about the Taj Mahal still. But... yeah, it's for free. He has built 4 bronze mines now. Also, my downstairs neighbor stopped, so I can make the music a little bit quieter again.
Yeah, we've, you know, in these tournament matches, we've seen the 4th bronze, I don't know, 3-4 times. I don't think we've seen it work out successfully yet.
I mean, it would be pretty stupid of us to question Fayebian because he's really, really good.
Oh yeah, totally. And I'm not saying that, and I know it definitely does work sometimes. It just we haven't seen it yet in a tournament match.
Yeah.
So maybe
So
maybe we'll see it this time.
Yeah, it will be exciting to see Fayebian pull that off. And that would also be really interesting to know why he wants to go for that. Like, what triggers him going for the 4 bronze?
Yeah, definitely.
Was it just... Did it build that with the development of
Yeah.
Civil Life, right? So maybe just because of that, because he can take the Taj Mahal, so he needs a lot of resources that he can spend. Can't finish that in this turn. Will not be going for the iron. Oh, it's Pajada's turn. Sorry guys, I missed that. So we only see the ending of Pajada. I was too focused on that for bronze. Well, Pajada will finish his turn rather quickly this time. And we're back to Fayebian. Sorry for that camera work. Next time we need an extra man for the camera. But Fayebian will still take the iron. Interesting. Has the rich land, so he will maybe go for 4 iron even. Maybe we're gonna see that.
Yep.
Gets rid of the aggression. And yeah, now he definitely can support such a Taj Mahal. Has enough resources now. And Pajada will he play something? I mean, he could play Cultural Influence or something, but decides against that for now. Breakthrough will be really nice for him. Takes the Patriotism. That's interesting. I mean, doesn't really have anything where he would spend his resources or his civil actions this turn.
Yeah, I mean, you could get an alchemy, maybe.
Yeah.
He's just sort of waiting, it seems.
Yeah, just a waiting turn, taking a lot of cards. And he will get iron as well if he wants to. And yeah, there are 4 irons now.
4.
And that's
before the end of Age 1.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, that's a strong setup. We saw that in the last game from Fayebian as well. He went for the super early iron. That was only 3, but still that was enough to outproduce his opponent quite heavily. And then next turn he can easily finish the Taj Mahal. Has 5 civil actions thanks to Saladin. So maybe he can also go for Forbidden City or something next turn.
Mm-hmm.
And bets are open, guys. That will be really, really interesting who you guys are betting for.
Yeah. Who do you bet on at this point? Whose position would you rather have at this point?
I don't know. I mean, I really like my culture, so I don't know if I would bet at all. Did Pajada just really take the cartography for 3? I mean, that territory is on top, yeah. I don't know. I think I like Fayebian's position more with the 4 iron.
Yeah, it just feels good to have 8 resources right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so early for 8 resources, and he doesn't seem to have any... Oh, I don't know, Pajada. Does he? I mean, there's a lot of territories in hand, like 3, and there's Suez Canal, so that is a plan. I think he really would have liked that cartography to come way earlier.
And he wants to take it for 3 here because the territory's on top, so he can use it right away. Oh, he has to get rid of so many cards, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that feels so bad. You have all of those territories. I mean, there's strategic on top, so he will redraw and maybe go for those H2 colonies that he can draw.
Oh, he got another one. Man.
And now Fayebian. Yeah, he needs some food if he wants to get up population, but he can spend his resource on the alchemy, so he gets science production up, can still grab the knights. Doesn't finish Taj Mahal yet. So right now we have 4 bets for Fayebian and 4 bets for pajada, so yeah, pretty interesting. I mean, pajada has the strength advantage at the moment, he has the colony advantage. I mean, Fayebian also has 3 colonization cards, so that will be very contested colony.
Interesting that Fayebian is actually considering he's down into reserve now.
Yeah. He didn't think that much last turn, last game, but yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, he can go down food or science here. And he chose science at this point.
Yeah, I mean, if you have 4 iron going at the end of H1, then you can, in the first turn of H2, go up for science production, the next turn go for food production, then everything is set, and that feels really, really good. And yeah, we'll go with the ultimate. Oh, he draws so many colonization cards. That will be so bad for pajada here. That is.
So I assume you see the territory, yeah, vast.
Yeah, and pajada can bid up to 6, but if you look, Fayebian will also only bid 6.
Oh, wow! Yeah, he only bid 6.
He wants to keep his colonization cards in hand. He could bid up to 10. That is. But yeah, gives it to pajada here, who draws even more territories. Interesting that Fayebian didn't commit completely to that. Didn't want that.
I mean, I guess you would imagine he spent 3 on cartography, so he's going to be putting other stuff in. That's better than strategic.
Yeah, that's always the fear if you have then to spend all of your colonization cards and then you're out. Then pajada gets all of the other colonies and you don't want to be in such a position, so it's not that easy. You don't know how many are coming. And pajada is struggling with his resource production, only 3 against 8. Can grab that scientific method. Can't go for the next turn but the one after. And we have to ask the Code of Laws and Drama, are they too much? Can he even go for them? Does he have the science? I mean, once he goes for scientific method, he will have a lot. So Fayebian can now finish the Taj Mahal. Go for irrigation, so yeah, now he has everything set up. Food, resource, science, and already culture, so balance is looking good. And then that's a really solid turn. He can get rid of a lot of cards. And he will draw Politics of Strength, so a lot of events, and already has the classic army.
So Fabian's definitely in that mid game where it feels good. You have flow going, and pajada's in that really sort of awkward crunch to middle game where you're trying to figure out, and it just doesn't flow as well.
I mean, super early Suez Scanner, he grabs that. That will give his production a big boost.
It is really awkward trying to manage Suez on bronze though. Just there's so
but he
much
can't finish it next turn. Corruption is one issue there. So I guess he needs a couple more resources to finish that next turn. But then after that he has nice production. I guess, which colony would he like the most? Is it really the vast territory too? Or would he rather have another one? Is he trying to draw one more?
I think with... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this is rooted in... is evidence-based or not, but with Suez, I would rather have vast. And if I'm bidding for it, I'd rather get inhabited. But it's also very situational. But if I'm replacing troops that I just bid, then I'm gonna have to increase pop and rebuild them. So inhabited helps with that. I don't know. That's one way that I've thought about it.
Yeah, it's interesting that pajada didn't play politics. I mean, he sees the scientific breakthrough on top. He might want to wait with that for the scientific method, if Fayebian doesn't play that. With 11 strength, he thinks he may be threatening an aggression, but we know Fayebian's hand, and that is full of defend cards, so he's not really afraid. And you will play something. Scientific
he played Crime Wave.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess he knows he's getting into classic army here, eventually.
We'll go up to 8 strength this turn. Grab Republic. Yeah, Republic is really good for him. He has Warfare and the Colosseum already.
And Wave of Nationalism, that feels good too.
Yeah.
You have 8 resources, but you know exactly how you're going to spend that, more or less.
Yeah. And now pajada, what does he see on top? Sadly his log is in front of that. Another territory, the wealthy territory on top. I mean, yeah, that would make him be able to finish the territory this turn. He can go up to 6 easily. And we see again Fayebian also going up to 6. So pajada wins another one. Fayebian had to discard so many of his colonization cards that in the end he wasn't able to win either of those territories.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if he should have committed to the first one. But this is looking great for pajada now. Can also go for scientific method this turn if he wants to. Can grab efficient upgrade for that. Breakthrough. Frugality. I mean, it probably doesn't need frugality. But I think definitely the efficient upgrade. Also cannons. Oh, Maria.
I don't want to like belabor the point, but he's getting 8 blue tokens each turn now on production.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
That is really a lot, yeah. That's really hard to manage, especially because he lost 1 to the territory. I mean, he got 3 extra, so that's looking better again. So corruption.
That's definitely helpful.
But it will definitely be a big problem, the corruption. But I think that was a really nice turn of events for pajada. The beginning of H2 here, being able to get that Suez Canal and the colony and finishing that already.
That's very fortunate.
Yeah. In same strength now will Fayebian play the international negotiations. Also, pajada went down to 8 strength, so Fayebian can't use the wave of nationalism yet. And there's Pestilence. That's pretty expensive for Fayebian. He doesn't have anything in HA level, so he will have to delete something from H1. And that feels bad. Deleting an iron, that's 5 resources that cost.
I mean, that's where he has the most to spare, I guess.
Yeah, but it also is, yeah, that's a tough decision. Do you... Okay, goes for the revolution with the Republic. That's really, really good. Yeah, not the best turn, but at least he can have a lot of civil actions now. And there's early Conmon, or not early, but Conmon on 3. That will be interesting if pajada wants to reveal that. Yeah, this is a close game. And another territory that this time Fayebian should be able to win it.
I didn't even... I don't know what I was doing, but I didn't even notice when pajada took Maria.
Yeah, it just did. And pajada wins another territory. Has to send his whole army, but he can rebuild with Maria.
Yep.
He can take Rifleman.
But, you know, now you're getting... I just had to go through this recently, which is why it keeps sticking in my head. It's like now he's getting another blue token every turn there, too, on the bronze. It's going to be interesting to see him manage it. It'll be fun.
I think I would like to see him grab the Rifleman here. I mean, he doesn't know that Classic Army is in Fayebian's hand, but a Rifleman doesn't go for them. Interesting. Also doesn't draw any more cards, but went for the Constitutional Monarchy. Yeah, I mean, he has great production now, but big problems with blue cubes, as you said. But he's now overtaken Fayebian in resource production. And there's the first war. Goes up to 17. I mean, that's not that much.
Maybe.
I don't think you go for this war. That's not. That's not
like
enough. No. Pajada can increase population 2 times, build another army. Then he already has more. And there's really no way for... I mean, he can take 2 strength from Saladin. But then that's basically a wasted war. A wasted reveal of your tactic. Maybe go for the railroad. Play something and there's another territory. And this time Fayebian should be able... No, Pajada again. Sends a whole army.
Wow.
And there's 8 resource production. So we get our colony crazy Suez game. Oh yeah, Chat really likes that. Chat likes Suez games. And such a steamroll with all of those colonies. It looked so great for Fayebian, but that early Suez Canal working out perfectly for Pajada, and the cartography for 3 civil actions, I questioned it, but it has done a lot of work.
Sure has. Yeah, it was super interesting that Fayebian couldn't convert all of those defense cards. He had 5 of them, right? And
yeah,
couldn't convert them into any wins on a colony.
Yeah, it was also always really close, but he didn't bid all of them in the first one, so that maybe came back to haunt him. I mean, there still is options for Fayebian. There's Napoleon coming down, and with him he can definitely go for the war. And Pajada, yeah, almost all of his yellow cubes are on the deck. But he also has great resource protection. So drama, I guess you have to take the cannons here. Hope that you maybe draw a good tactic from your last H2 tactic, or your last H2 card draw. Still doesn't have a lot of science. It goes for strategy instead of the scientific method.
So he takes... Yeah, I mean, so he spent 4 civil actions there to get strategy out. But then you don't have much room left to get rid of corruption.
I mean, he has terrorism and national pride in hand. He didn't play something already, did he? That's definitely really interesting. You should be able to get one of those for you. But yeah, again, no card draw for Pajada here. Just rebuilding. Doesn't get cannons.
Yeah. He'll lose cavalrymen too. That's a little less important.
Yeah, I'm really fearing for Pajada's endgame military. You can't stay on medieval army forever.
Wow. 4 leaders.
Oh yeah, the leaders came very late, so Fayebian actually loses Saladin here. Will take his own navigation finally. He's had enough of that colony spam. And he will go for Bach.
You can almost get opera.
Yeah, almost, but... Yeah, it deletes the farm. Very interesting. Goes for the...
And he needs the navigation. Well, he needs it. I mean, because he put Crime Wave in.
Yeah.
So he wants to be a little stronger. I mean, if you didn't do that, you could get back going. But I guess navigation helps with any... I think he knows both of the events though, right?
Yeah, I think...
Or no?
Crime Wave and international negotiations.
Yeah. So 2 reasons to be stronger, yes.
Yeah. And he will do it like that. Not going for operas yet. He's down to 2 iron. So, yeah. He started with 4 so early and now he's down to 2. That's not really what you usually want. But now Pajada has a great turn to go for terrorism, I think. I mean, yeah, you are the weaker player, but a terrorism to destroy some dramas could be very key. And against Bach, he should be guaranteed to win the terrorism.
coal, I wonder. So
I mean, he has to be really, really careful with his science.
yeah,
So
he does
I
not
wouldn't.
have much. So scientific method.
Yeah, scientific method upgrade 2.
Let's see. Sid Meier is the only lab leader. Well, I guess that's not true. Steve Jobs
Oh yeah.
sort of counts.
And nobody's prepared for Pierre. That feels bad, man. But both of them going for the operas or the theaters. So yeah, Pierre goes for the scientific method. Can also take revolutionary idea. Could still go for the coal. But yeah, not so sure about that. Uses Maria to get another free knight. Could just grab the revolutionary idea.
Yeah. Could be worth it.
But Fabian is a little bit running away with the culture now. Piata's not producing a lot. So he thinks about that again. I mean, I think you have to go for the scientific method.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, it's you don't want. I don't think you want to wait anymore.
Oh, or the multimedia immediately. Okay. I mean,
Maybe it's so expensive, but maybe.
maybe we're gonna see if he commits to that. Looks like he didn't like that.
And that doesn't. I mean, it doesn't help with a leader either in this situation. The multimedia.
So a little bit of both, going for one. Yeah, I mean, he's probably fearing for Fabian to run away with the culture, so I think maybe multimedia, maybe put in one drama to get some culture production going. But I think it's so early, can still commit to the 2 scientific methods.
I think so.
Also going to be interesting how this game will end. There is the revolutionary idea now. Is it going to be just the culture race? Is the military going to play a big part?
Yeah, this has been the ebbs and flows in this game are interesting.
Yeah, the super early 4 iron from Fayebian.
Yeah, and then it just really felt like Pajada was getting to a strong spot, and he still is. It just doesn't feel as what's the word I'm looking for? Quite as powerful, I guess.
Yeah. So it doesn't draw war, doesn't draw a good tactic, only draws the input of agriculture. That's not that great. I guess he's really looking for the input of colonies. That could have such a big impact. But yeah, Fabian now going to commit to 2 operas.
Yeah.
Upgrading religion and going for
Does he
another
try to
one.
get stronger here?
Goes for another one. Really go for a 3rd one. That would be interesting. Yeah, probably wants that revolutionary idea. His production is not looking great anymore. It's actually looking worse than at the beginning of Age 2. So he had to destroy quite a lot.
Yeah, I don't care about the crime wave as much, but international negotiations hurts a little here.
Yeah.
Like this, no one has a lot of science, really. I wonder if he plays his terrorism now.
Yeah, he has to play the terrorism, I think. That's such a good card against Bach.
Just
Crime
crime
wave
wave.
first, yeah. That's not the worst one.
So bad.
Oh, with Sid Meier, you... Yeah, I mean, going for...
What are
And
we
he
building those
can-
dramas for?
Culture production?
Yeah.
couple of happy faces he still needs. Not so sure about Sid Meier.
Yeah, I guess the Sid Meier with the dramas was interesting.
Yeah. I quite like the Mechanized Agriculture. I think he didn't play the Terrorism, he played the Imperator of Agriculture, so going for that. I mean, he could go for Sid Meier and another scientific method. Yeah, of course. And technically the bet is 5 bets on Fayebian and 5 on pajada, so 50-50. That is, those are the bets. Also, you have 51 viewers, Drawdon. That is pretty crazy. Usually we don't have quite as many. So welcome all of you newcomers. If you're interested in the game, this is Through the Ages, and this is a big tournament, the Coubertin Cup. We had 2 qualifiers, and now the main event, the finals, the final date, so to speak. And we are at the moment in the semi-finals, pajada against Fayebian, and it's a close match. What do you think, Allmrak?
It's an excellent match. This has been really, really, really interesting so far.
Yeah, so interesting to see so much consideration by pajada. What he finally wants to go for, goes for the food production now. And Fayebian is running away with culture. 13 production against 3. 43 against 50, so it's still really, really close with the culture. But yeah, the production. Ooh.
Interesting.
War and finish elimination project. 32 strength. I mean, Pajada has enough for military theory. That's 5 strength. He has military build-up. Ah, this. Can he do this war?
Doesn't look like it.
I mean, if air forces come out, then the war is lost. But
I mean,
Pajada also has to commit quite a lot for that to catch up.
Yeah, it looked like military theory and what, a warrior? He gets 8 from that. I mean, that's pretty close already.
I think I like the war, even if he's not guaranteed to win it. I like Fayebian taking the Manhattan Project and making Pajada answer with I don't know, with military himself and not really getting that much out of it. And he's still really outproducing him in culture, so if he gets a bad war, that's no problem, as long as Pajada is not getting up his own culture production.
Interesting.
So even if he loses by 3 or 4 strength, loses like at the most, I don't know, 10 culture or something, he's still producing more than that. Of course, the swing works a little bit different, so but yeah, Pajada will have to commit quite a lot to that.
Yeah.
But he's thinking long about that. I mean, also kind of destroys his turn, but he still can build a 3rd drama. Of course, the risk that he's running at is if he forces Pajada to go for a lot of military and then builds his 3rd drama and doesn't have a great production, he might run into the trouble that Pajada can war him back soon. But at least Fayebian still has the wave of nationalism in hand. Okay, he was really... He had me convinced with that war, but now it's making me look a little bit stupid. I mean, the risk I'm seeing if Pajada now takes Manhattan Project himself, military theory, then Fayebian opens himself up to that quite heavily. So yeah, but he decides not to go for aggressions, not to go for wars.
Yep, and didn't. Yeah, that's what he did.
Pajada can play the terrorism finally.
Okay, so it does come out.
And he can now steal whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Probably science or resources. I mean, Pajada probably has to commit to something now. He doesn't have a war, I think, so it's hard to commit to military if you don't have the war yet. Could go for big Empire State building. He has strength, food, resources, and science.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Can't finish that this turn though, but yeah, would be 28. Even gets the engineering genius with that. Steve Jobs is pretty great. With all of that science saved up. Another knight, actually, not the warrior, and a warrior. So we're up to 25. So I think both players are happy without any wars.
Yeah, seems that way.
But 17 culture production from Fayebian here. I mean, it's almost wonder every turn. So yeah, the 28 from Empire State is a lot. But if your opponent is producing 17, then just takes 2 turns and he's overtaking you again.
Pajada's fighting corruption here. A little bit.
He's been doing that the whole game. I definitely like taking the wonder. You wouldn't hate the military theory, but strategy is still in hand, so that's great as well. And I guess corruption once isn't too bad with that kind of setup. And Fayebian can play the Emperor of Progress. Sadly, we didn't see how good that it would be before, but I mean, and that's an early terrorism. Yeah,
comes out right away.
And internet for Fayebian here. Are any other wonders left actually? We did see Manhattan Project go away. I think
Spaceflight?
Spaceflight, is that in? Then
yeah, I don't think it went by yet.
yeah, I think that's still available then.
Bless you.
Thanks. I'm talking too much. And the best thing is we have 2 more games to come after this one. Thanks to Allmrak here organizing that. Yeah, that's gonna be great. 2 more games.
Yeah. What did he do here? Took some cards and took internet?
Took the space internet, exactly, yeah. So now Pajada.
And produced 17 culture.
Oh yeah, that as well. So which leader is Fayebian looking at? Just Pierre for the 8 culture once?
Marlene?
Alright, Marlene is also there.
Potentially, but yeah, Pierre might be better in this situation. So I think Bach's doing more than Marlene.
Than Marlene would, right.
Maybe it depends on the strength situation when the time comes.
So yeah, I think Pajada, he can finish the Empire State this turn. That so he won't be winning culture as well, so he's not gonna get any more out of that. And then he can also go for democracy, can increase population, then go for Steve Jobs, then go for democracy. And then okay, doesn't finish the spaceflight the Empire State yet. Wants to do that
maybe
next
he's
turn.
gonna try to get more culture.
Yeah, that would be amazing. If he wins every aspect of that. But that could be hard to do. I mean, he's close. He's really, really close.
Close. Yeah.
But I don't know if I mean, the problem is if you finish Empire State this turn, then you don't get your production up. So like this, he gets more culture production, and that's gonna be a lot in the long term.
I mean, he's gonna get 2, 3 productions with it, right? He can have 2 more turns after this, probably.
Yeah.
He has 5, so he can't finish Empire State next turn. So he probably won't get spaceflight.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Why, if he finishes Empire State this turn, he also gets spaceflight, and that might be more than the extra dramas that he's getting. Also, he needs some good impact. I mean, Prosperity is also in there. That might make him want to go for those dramas, but that's not really the biggest aspect here. And let's see if it draws some nice impact. He really needs one. I mean, culture could be nice, but no more impacts.
Nope, none.
And there's now Pierre and Marlene coming out, so Fabian can commit to one of those. And Fabian will play the Emperor of Government, and Prosperity comes out.
Doesn't need to take them this turn. Maybe. It's a little tricky with Pierre.
Yeah.
And whether pajada can end the age or not.
I mean, it definitely can, and if Fabian is still producing more, then pajada might definitely do that. So I think, yeah, that is something that pajada could definitely do. Denying 8 culture could be really important. And yeah, against 17 culture. I mean, the problem is gonna be, yeah, what pajada can do besides his wonder with his resources.
Upgrade movies?
Yeah, maybe. Also, arms industry on top. That will be 4 resources for Fabian and 2 for pajada, if I'm not mistaken. So with that, pajada could finish the Empire State, right?
I think so. Yep.
Question is pajada's going to play some bit of culture already? That it's not a card he wants to play.
Nope, save that for the end, probably.
Fabian also has to get a little bit more culture production. That internet, it's looking okay now with that computer. But he also still needs to be able to finish that.
Yeah, I think he would be at 17 with this he is now. 16.
Yeah. But the input of progress that is in is going to be really great for Fabian. Especially if pajada doesn't go for the strategy. On the other hand, we have Input of Agriculture. That's going to be pretty good for pajada. Especially if Fabian loses 2 more yellow cubes, he will have only no extra food production, so he doesn't get the bonus. Yeah, this is really amazing endgame. These guys really know that they have to think so much about these turns. It's still pretty open. It could go both ways. So they really need to take their time thinking about this. And pajada has some science saved up. That will be some extra culture from Steve Jobs. Okay, Fabian takes 2 cards, so the age will definitely end after this turn. So pajada has 2 more turns, Fabian has 1 more.
And the experienced drew Impact of Strength. It'll be interesting if you can make use of that. I use this nickname.
The experience. Yeah, I noticed that. Nice. The experience. And the mathematician's turn now. Will he play his Input of Culture? Probably not. Looking long and hard at Fabian's civilization here. Yeah, you have to skip the politics.
I mean, I guess it with... Oh, yeah, he can't do that. If he could take Marlena, he'd be able to get to 16.
Oh, he plays the Input of Culture.
He did it. Now he can finish.
Now he can finish, but
he only has 3 of them now, though. Yeah, that Fabian did with the computers, he knocked him out of the science.
Yeah, that's the problem with not finishing the Empire State yet, but there's really no way that Pajada can keep up. Fabian just increases his science production more next turn.
He built his dramas and it cost him 7 culture on the wonder.
I mean, can Pajada take the space flood and reserves, and with that he will have enough to finish the... Nope. Doesn't have enough.
9, 4, 13, no.
So can't do that. Might be very important what Pajada draws as his last impact. Also, if he is not careful, he will lose the strategy, and then the impact of progress will be even worse for him. Okay, I mean, he just committed to the impact of culture, so building a lot of religions here. And deciding that the Empire State is not worth it, or what?
I mean, he can still get it next turn, like this.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, if Fabian takes Pierre, then Pajada would win Impact of Culture, if nothing else changes.
Yeah, but why would Fabian take Pierre?
Yeah, I don't know. Pajada could win Impact of Culture.
Yeah, true. Let's see if he does that. That's also the problem with Steve Jobs. You need some resources to spend on that, on those technologies. Interesting takes the reserves.
What is the plan for Impact of Culture there? I wonder.
Yeah, feels ambitious. Feels very, very ambitious. And he has 60 seconds left. What is he doing to us here? 50 seconds. Let's see what he can do in his final seconds to decide. He could go for the movies. It's so hard to calculate. Pajada told us that at some point that he's not used to playing this fast, because he usually plays a lot of async games. So this time pressure that he's under now, looks like this is what he wants to do. Hopefully he can end the turn in time. He doesn't need to discard, and he's still in. Whew, that was close.
Yeah, that was rough. And I wonder how much he even produced there. Did he produce everything, or did he run out of blue tokens?
I'm not 100% sure. But the end of agriculture is really nice. And of course he will not take Pierre, but Fabian will take Marlene. And Fabian builds up another computers. Can finish internet for 22 and produce another 15. Patriotism goes for a little bit more. Really commit to the input of strength? Nope. Will definitely not. And Pajada has drawn the input of science, but with those two computers, not looking so great.
You could try it.
I mean, Pajada has a lot of reserve again now, so he will probably think very long about this. He could go for movies to win the input of culture. I think you basically have to win that. That might be even better than the wonder.
So he bluffed a little bit there on impact of strength.
Yeah. So last turn for Pajada and last turn in the game. What can the mathematician do? Can he find a way? Can he crunch the numbers to win this semifinals? With the multimedia, he can win the... Can he actually win Impact of Culture and Science with this?
No.
No way. No, it's so close. But,
you can't do it.
Also, the danger is that he would open the Impact of Culture when playing the Impact of Science. It's 7 resources. I mean, one... this is also close. Also, all of the math that he has to do because of the culture that he can gain from Steve Jobs.
You can definitely win culture this way.
Yeah. And then he also gets a bigger bigger Empire State. Still
I don't think you can do both though.
He has Engineering Genius still in hand.
Yeah, I don't think it's enough though. Well, maybe he can do one movies, but then he doesn't win, right? Yeah, then he doesn't win. He needs 2.
Does he? Yeah, he needs 2 or 1 and 1 religion.
Yeah. And
oh, I'm really happy that I don't have to make these calculations. But yeah, like this, still missing 1 culture production. He's at 15, close. He has 15. So he has to go for the movies. Yeah, that... Yeah, I think we're gonna see the whole 5 minutes used here for this. I mean, yeah, he can go for 1. Then he's at 16. He can with the reserves. If he doesn't use Steve Jobs here, he can get up to... Could also win the bit of science, but...
He could do multimedia and then build 2 philosophies, and he would win science. Is that true? Yeah, it is true.
The problem is, yeah, that's what he's doing now. The problem is, if you play the input of science and open the input of culture, then all of that was for nothing.
Yep.
So pretty risky. Also, with this play, you run into the danger of input of strength. But I mean, as pajada, you're pretty sure that's not the input of strength.
You just have to take the risk and cross your fingers.
And it's input of happiness.
Alright. Whew. Man.
Whew.
He was committed. He didn't hesitate when he dragged it out there.
Yeah. And now he wins both impacts, but is it gonna be enough? This is gonna be so close. Okay, doesn't go for the 2 alchemies, but the 1... But this means he didn't pay the 1 resource to develop the multimedia with Steve Jobs. So 4 culture gone.
I guess he did that to have a free population for something else.
He needs the resource, but yeah, he saves 1 resource. Wants to get out another technology. Yeah, goes back to this. I also think this one is... No, you have to win the science, my dude. Yeah. Okay, now he plays reserves. Yeah,
he's flustered.
So he will win both impacts, but there's also progress. But he produces culture once. Oh, this is gonna be really, really close.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna see the end impacts, guys. And I think Fayebian will have it, but it's gonna be really close. But progress 22 against 12.
Oh yeah, that's rough. He's gonna get
and then input of science 10.
What's the last one?
Government 20 against 21. Oh, this is a close game, but the culture puts it at 207 against 192. So congratulations to Fayebian for winning this game. This really, really close game and amazingly played by both of the players. And in the end, Fayebian finding the way.
Yeah, that was just fantastic. The way that match went back and forth throughout was just a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, definitely. So guys, that was the second game and 2 more to come. I hope you guys are still excited for more Through the Ages.